Based in the vibrant city of Bath, Bath City Football Club are often overlooked by Bath Rugby. But today, we are turning our attention to the Vanarama National League South playoff contenders to see what makes non-league football so special.
It's about 17 years now. Basically we play in the National League South. We've been in this division now for 5 years, I think, having got relegated from the one above. We won the Southern League in 2006-07 to get promoted to the National League, which is where we feel we should be in playing at this level of football.
Well, it's getting on for 30 years now. I came to a few games when I first came to Bath in the very early 90s. For me, it's because I live here. This is my city and it's my local team, and I really enjoy supporting my local team.
It's my 5th season at the club. Originally never really thought I'd be here for 5 years. I travelled up from Cornwall, so yeah, 5th year now. Really enjoyed it, and hoping to maybe spend another year here next year. I think you look at the tradition here, it's got a great history. The fans here are fantastic. The lads here are brilliant. We played with numerous good players, and obviously playing at the standard that we play at, it's just a great club to be at.
I think it's about the interaction between the fans and the players and the people who run the club. We're all together, we're all part of the club, and it's a good atmosphere and a good mix. Because it's a good standard of football. And not only at this level, but all levels of non-league football are good. And it's a really enjoyable thing to do on a Saturday afternoon.
I feel that there is a relationship between the fans and the club, which I don't think you get in league football.
I think if you go back a few seasons, we had a great run in the FA Trophy. Got very close to making the final, got to the semi-final. Unfortunately lost that over 2 legs, but the run that year was brilliant. We knocked out, I think, 3 conference clubs. Probably the highlight was winning away at Bristol Rovers 2-0.
Every team has history, some good, some bad. We're now going to be taking a look at what gives Bath City Football Club their historical status.
Well, the club was actually formed in 1889, so we've already celebrated 125 years. We've been at Twerton Park since 1932, so it's our traditional home now for a long time. The club's had good history. It was playing at the top level of non-league football, which is what the National League is now, for a long time. Almost got promoted to the Football League in 1978, but were outvoted and Wigan got elected, and they've gone on to bigger and better things. But usually been at the top level, always had a good fan base. Yes, I mean there's always something to better. I mean we almost did it a few years ago. We've never had a very good run in the FA Trophy, but we managed to get through to the semi-finals. Unfortunately lost on penalties over 2 legs, and we're one or 2 kicks away from being at Wembley.
Yes, I definitely do. I think we could be comfortable in the higher division.
Absolutely, yeah. I think you look around the club at the minute, and it's definitely going places. You know, the way the club's run now is slightly different. There's obviously a lot of movement with the progression with the ground, and obviously in a couple of years' time, this place will look a lot different, I think.
Probably it's FA Cup runs, I think. I mean, we have won the Southern League 3 times, but I think the FA Cup history of actually beating quite a few Football League clubs.
I suppose it must have been when we went up to the higher division from the one that we're in now for 2 years. For me, that was very significant. Playing a lot of ex-league sides.
I think obviously that was one of the main key things that we've done over the last 5 years. That was a real good highlight. But you go back over the years, the club's got great tradition. They've had numerous FA Cup runs, and that's one thing that I'd love to do here, is make the first round of the FA Cup, which I haven't managed to do as of yet. But we've come very close, and hopefully they'll make that in the next few years.
Football will be nothing without the fans, and non-league football is no different. They pay their hard-earned money to come and watch their team, and now we're going to be finding out how much of an impact they have on people within the club.
Well, since last May, we're now a community-owned club. In fact, the supporters own the majority shareholding. So in some respects, in a much bigger way than they used to. Well, effectively, they're the lifeblood. Without the fans, there wouldn't be a football club. I know we need the players, but you could have a squad playing football out there, but if no one turns out to watch, there isn't any interaction, nothing at all.
Yes, I do, definitely. I believe that the players know that they're well supported. I certainly at away games, I think they know that they have a following there, and I think it affects them, and I think it makes them want to play for this club.
I think you look at the travel, the away travel's amazing. Obviously when we're here we get very, very good crowds, and we just, we've not been the best at home this season, and that's obviously something we'll try and get right in the last few games, and hopefully starting with a win here today. But no, the crowd and the fans are absolutely fantastic. Definitely, yeah, as I just mentioned, obviously we get really good way back in. That they do obviously especially when we're winning, they make a great racket behind whichever goal we're attacking. And obviously scoring goals when we are scoring goals and celebrating with them is a great feeling for players, staff and fans.
Different people prepare for football matches in different ways. Players have good luck rituals and fans go to the pub. Let's find out what our guests do before a match.
So, do you have a match day routine?
Yeah, it's a regular routine really. What we have to make sure, so I do the finance as well as the football side of it, is to make sure that all the floats are done for the turnstiles and the bars, make sure everyone's got the paperwork they need to deal with the number of fans that come through and make a record of it. I do the team sheet, so that has to be produced, given to the manager to hand in to the referee, also has to be sent off to the press association, it has to be completed by the end of the game and then sent off to the league. So those are all regular match day routines, as well as counting the money and making sure it all works out.
I like to meet up with my friends. We normally have a beer in a local pub. We do something similar on away games.
Yeah, obviously I travel quite a long way, so it takes me about 2.5 hours to get here. So I'll normally leave for a home game about 10 o'clock in the morning. Normally travel up with my dad and have a bit of pre-match meal about 11:45. Arrive at the ground about 1 o'clock, have a little look around, see what the pitch is like, and then we'll normally have sort of a team talk with the gaffer at about 1:30, and then I'll normally get a rub by the physio at sort of 1:45, 2 o'clock, just loosen myself off after the journey, and then we'll come out 2:15 for a warm-up, do a little bit of sort of a pulse raiser stretches, and we'll do a little bit of skill stuff, finish with strikers and a bit of finishing. And then we have our final bits and pieces, team talk about the opposition, sort of 10-3, and then out ready for the game. So yeah, we do prepare really well.
Thank you for watching this documentary. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not go down to your nearest non-league club and watch a game? They'll really appreciate every bit of support they get.